Hi everybody, I'm so excited to share with you a little activity in which you can make a flipbook without a light box. So for this activity, you will need both a pencil, which will be used to draw out whatever scene you want to for your flipbook, and then you will also need a marker, which will be used to trace whatever thing that you drew, so that way you can see it from the paper on top, therefore meaning you won't need the light box. So we'll start off with a little demonstration. Here you can see I'm drawing a flower, and for your purposes, you want to, of course, first start out with the pencil making your drawing. So if you make any mistakes, you can erase them and edit. You can see at the stem here, because I didn't use the pencil, I messed up a little bit. Therefore, my drawing's not going to be as nice, or my flipbook material is not going to be as nice as it might be if I had drawn it with a pencil first, cleared up any mistakes I made. So after you go ahead and draw your first thing, you want to take a piece of paper, whether that be from a notebook, which is usually the best way to do this, or just a piece of paper you laid on top of the first piece of paper, and you want to use your last drawing as a basis for your tracing, okay? And you want to trace out exactly what you did on the last drawing, but change one part of the picture ever so slightly. So for my picture, what I'm going to change is the little leaf on the flower's left side. And I'm going to drop it down slightly, so maybe it'll look like it's waving. And I'll change the smile just a little bit on my flower. And then I'm going to keep doing this, same thing, tracing exactly with just slight alterations. Okay, I'm just gonna keep doing that on each page, and again, so your drawing looks way better, you'll want to use a pencil to do this first. So here I drew 5 different pictures, but you want to do a little bit more so you can show more detail. So here's after I drew several more pages. As you can see, the flowers getting rained on is telling a story. And then you can color your creation to give it a little more pop and show a little more about whatever you've drawn. Ta-da! Here's a few tips before you go. If you are drawing with a pencil and don't have a marker, make sure that you don't draw too lightly, as I am in the drawing above of the stick figure and the little dog I'm drawing. I'm drawing this very lightly, and you will see actually that this isn't good for when you put the piece of paper on top of it, because you can't really see what's going on the other side. So if you only have a pencil to work with, that's okay, but make sure to darken your lines really good so that way you can see through to the other side, because we don't have a light box in this activity. Another tip I want to give you is, again, please make sure to do your initial drawing in pencil. And the reason it's so important to do it in pencil is because if you mess up, which everybody messes up, you won't have to start all over, or your drawing won't have to be not as good as you wanted it to be. Then of course you can trace over it with the marker so that way you can see on the next page what you're supposed to be drawing. If I was drawing this box on a rug with just my marker, I might do something like this, in which I'm drawing too fast and I accidentally make the rug go over the box, and then it doesn't look good. Another thing you want to be careful of is not making too little changes when you're using just a few pieces of paper, because then it'll look like the drawing hasn't changed much at all. But if you have a lot of paper, this can actually make your animation look pretty smooth if you are doing little changes at a time. You also don't want to do big changes like this bird here, because then it looks jumpy when you're flipping your pages. Have a great time with this activity. Bye!